Hi there. Did you know that there's ways to edit life? Are you curious about how GMOs are made? Well, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to go over specifically how to edit bacteria. So how do we edit bacteria? First, the technique. We're going to go over the technique. The technique is called molecular cloning, and it's the process of assembling recombinant DNA, inserting it into the host organism, and having the host organism replicating and using the DNA. First thing to do is choose a gene you want to insert into the bacteria. There are genes to make insulin, to glow green, and to do an infinite number of things. Lots of genes. You can look for genes on the NCBI database. Now we need to pick a large number of copies of the gene. To do this, we need something called a PCR machine, and you can think of it as like a DNA copy machine, like how you have a copier that copies papers. You can also copy DNA, and you use the machine to make copies of the gene. Now, once you have enough copies of the gene, you need to add the gene into something called a vector. A vector is a vehicle that you use to get the gene into the bacteria. Insert the DNA into the vector, and you can use a restriction enzyme to cut the vector, and then a ligase to seal the gene into it. Then you introduce the recombinant DNA, that's the vector and the gene, into the bacteria. You can do this a number of ways. The most common way is to use heat shock, where a rapid change in temperature allows the vector to get into the cell. Once the vector gets in the cell, it's there. The vector typically has an antibiotic resistance gene in it as well, so that you can grow the bacteria on an antibiotic. And when it's grown on the antibiotic, the ones that don't have the antibiotic resistance gene and like the vector, which comes with the vector, they die. So the ones that have your DNA and the antibiotic resistance gene, they live. And over time, you have a big culture of bacteria with the gene you want in it. Cool stuff. So I hope you liked the video. If you want further reading, check out the description. Thank you.